lived there for a couple of years to really, get the culture, the language. For Ukrainians, it's very unfair that Zelensky is not being part of this because they're deciding about us and we're not there, right? So something is just not right. But if he puts enough pressure, maybe we're going to see outcome. Just trying to stay hopeful, but it's very difficult when right before this meeting, he's bombing Ukrainian cities overnight. What does it show us? It doesn't show that he's ready for peace. So it's very hard to stay hopeful when you see all of these scenarios happening.
We would love to have hope. And unfortunately, the more you know, the less you have hope. And last events, last whatever we have in the history show, they don't stand up for us. They don't do this in Budapest 86. They don't do in Maidan 14. They give up Crimea. They give up Donetsk. They want to give up everything. But I believe they don't know what they do.
My thoughts, it's a little bit skeptical because I know that Russia understands on the power. So we should be strong together with United States and put pressure on Russia. And in this case, they will understand. So we need more sanctions, we need more aid to Ukraine. And when Ukraine will have strong position, then Russia will talk.
Over 150,000 people that are from Ukraine or from Ukrainian descent. So we represent a lot of the Ukrainian diaspora here in New York. And since 19th Church, of which I am a parish council member, to say a couple of words about the importance to support our troops and in support of peace.
There are over 12 city centers of 100,000 or less that have been completely wiped off from the face of the earth. That's how bad we're talking about, that we need outside investment, and we hope the United States is in the lead for that. We hope that when President Trump meets with President Zelensky in the coming week, as he's promised, he talks about not just the ceasefire with Russia, but how we go forward and how the United States should remain a core partner.
A bunch of our community members, if you want to have some individual commentary from them, many of them have been with me from the very first day.
I call on every friend of Ukraine. I call on all the people that are supporting Ukraine to stand up, to understand that today, especially today when we have the peace talks, or hopefully peace talks happening with President Trump and Putin, that we see some type of positive result. The Ukraine Reconstruction Summit, as I mentioned before, it's not just about rebuilding Ukraine. It's not about just rebuilding the buildings. It's not about rebuilding infrastructure. It's about rebuilding a nation. It's about helping people who would, if their homes are still there and existing, they would love to come home.
Calling all the people that are supporting Ukraine to stand up. Peace will come because we will need a lot of rehabilitation centers to So for far too long,
It's in the mind. This is about bringing everybody on board, and that's part of the reason that you're seeing.
I have family, I have friends in Zaporizhia. They have a lot of concerns about these negotiations because they have this uncertainty about future, what will be, because they live now in Ukraine, soldiers protecting them, and they don't know what to expect, and they're afraid if will be no support from US or from Europe, they will be in critical conditions.
We help people with the kids to save. As all soldier and people who knows, they say, our life, our victory, the question not in Alaska. We do answer in Ukraine in the front line.
We have family, friends, and my mom's cousin who was killed in the war. Obviously, as a soldier, they were fighting, but still, it's very difficult for us, knowing that we lost somebody who was very important to us in this war that should never have started in the first place.